I got the idea for this video when I was talking to one of my very close friends. So the conversation was around our emotions to certain situations or certain person and how to act on it. And she was asking for my advice. And I realized that if someone asked me for some practical advice, for example, you might say that your internet is not working, so I can give you a practical advice which can actually produce solution, like your internet will work, or your phone is not working, and then you can have some practical advice where your phone will work. But when it comes to things which you can give an advice on, but it might not be practical for them, you just will share your opinion, which I'm doing in this video at the moment. But I realized that when it comes to advice where you can't see a certain result, you can just expect a certain outcome, it's very hard, to give any advice. And I'm just going to share what I shared with her, and hopefully you might be able to get a rough idea around what I'm talking about. And all the advice I have been giving in this video, I'm also a learner. So I'm learning to apply all of these things in my day-to-day life so I can be a better person and I can chase that one thing which a lot of people chase, which I have come to realize is happiness. So our emotions, so like we are happy, we are sad, we are in pain, we are in anger. So all of these emotions are, part of us, and we all are actively trying to chase one particular emotion, which is happiness. And now the source of happiness can be, many things. It can be money. So people can be happy if they have a lot of money, so they chase money. People can be happy if they are loved, so they chase love. I'm talking about like romantic relationships. And then people can be happy about like, non-romantic relationships and the love involved in friendships and family and everything. So these are, I think, the two basic things which people chase. Then other things are there which makes you happy. And then it kind of involves around and loops around other things as well. So you like to travel, so you need money to travel. You might want to travel the world with your loved ones. So again, you need money and someone to love to travel. So I think these kind of like boils down to these things. So happiness comes from this thing. And I completely agree that things like money and love will make you happy. You need kind of like both of the things to live in the current world. Money does buy you happiness, but up to a certain level. So if you take out the equations, like you don't have to worry about rent, you don't have to worry about healthcare, you don't have to worry about education, you don't have to worry about the basic things you need in life. I think most of the people at that point will not chase money as much they should have. This is what I personally believe. Obviously, there's greed in the world, and the people who are chasing money will always going to chase money. But for people like us who are just looking for that happiness, and because of how our societies run, we think that money will buy us happiness, lead us to believe that, okay, money is the end goal. And then there's also other side which focus on love, like building relationships, building connections with people. And I completely agree on that side as well. Like you need someone, you need someone to share that experience with. Whatever experience you're going to buy with money, you need someone to share it with, or you will be a bit lonely over a long period of time. That is how we look at the world. But if you look at happiness, it is an emotion like anger, it is an emotion like pain, it is an emotion like how you feel sad. So all of these things, if you look at properly, happiness, sadness, and everything comes from within us, from inside, based on the circumstances we are in. So if you're going through a lot in life, you might not find things to be happy about because you have lots of things in life. And if you have everything going good, you might still not be happy because you don't know what you're chasing, right? So there can be people who have a lot of money, who have someone to love, or who have everything, but they might not be happy because they are still chasing that something, what is that something? And this is what I've realized very recently, that the conflict of anything comes from within. Let me give you this example. Like we decide something and we have this thought in our mind, and then from that thought we kind of predict a reality, but that will not make that reality happen because we cannot influence other people's thought. We cannot influence other people in any way, in a sense that if you think you're going to go to someone and you're going to be like this kind of person, in your mind you will think, okay, this is the response I'm going to get. So it can be either very positive response or it can be very negative response. So people usually, don't get out of their comfort zone because of the negative response they think about. So they think, if I go or ask someone out, they might just reject me. And sometimes their mind thinks in a very negative way. They will be like, okay, this person is going to make fun of me. This person is going to make fun of me in front of everyone. But that has not happened. It can happen. I'm not saying it's not a possibility, but there's other possibility as well. Like, it can be that other person can kiss you on the spot, and then you will be forever together, and then you'll find happiness. Take that moment to think about it. What happened, right? So we have this spectrum of possibility, and you can take it in negative and a positive way. So things can be neutral, or it can go a lot worse, or it can go in a lot positive way. Okay, now you might be wondering what this has to do with happiness. So when you think about it, if you look at the negative side and you don't act on it, you have not made a change in your life. We think we should be somewhere in our life. We should have learned something. We should have a certain amount of money in our account by this point, or we should have a certain relationship with certain people, whether it be your family. You might be thinking you will have a positive relationship with your family at this point, or you might be thinking you have a positive relationship with a friend or just your sibling or any relative or any loved one. But if you're not at that point in your life, whatever age you might be, it is because of lack of actions from our side. And that lack of action comes because we look at the negative aspect and don't act on it. Now, if you think about it, if we start acting on it and we go out of our comfort zone and do a lot of things, and they go on the negative side, which our mind was thinking, then again, we will feel unhappy. So even this is not a potential solution. Now, what is the potential solution? Whatever happened in past has happened. Whatever is going to happen in future is going to happen. You have no control. So all you can do is just live in the moment. Now, you were watching this video thinking you might find happiness. What is the actual truth is either you are happy now or you will never be happy. And I'm not saying after watching this video, you will be happy. No, you have to, work toward it. Everything is hard. You have to start at some point. If you are trying to be a better person, if you're trying to do something good in life, and you understand that you are taking the right step in the right direction, you will be happy. When I am fasting and I can visibly see when I'm wearing clothes, okay, my jeans is a bit, bit big for me, or my t-shirt fits better, I'm happy at that point. When I think about it, I want to be ripped, not ripped, but have a decent body, maybe some visible abs, decent bicep and everything. Do I think that will make me happy? Maybe. But when I'm at that point, maybe 5 years or whatever time in future, I'm standing in front of a mirror, do you think that point will be the point of happiness in my life? Or you think that whole journey and seeing that change every day will make me smile every day and makes me happy? And I'm just giving the example of a body in a way because it's easily understood. You can't go to gym and one day and just expect your body to be, fully like some movie star. And when we talk about happiness, it's not a point, it's not a goal. If you look at it objectively, it is not a goal, a future. It has to be now. It's not I'm not trying to pressure you. I might sound that way, it has to be now, but it's not like that. It's finding that happiness in the journey. Okay, now you'll be like, we know that. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey and whatnot. And that's the whole thing. You might have heard this advice in different videos. How I feel about myself and how I feel about my reality and everything, it depends on what kind of content I'm consuming. We usually consume things, either it can be, we read books, we watch videos, we watch TV shows for 2-3 things. So either we want to be entertained, we want to learn something coding or editing, or it can be just to change ourselves, our lifestyle, and not sudden change. Not if you read the book Think and Grow Rich, you're gonna just grow rich. It's not gonna work like that. But you might just learn something from it and then apply it in your day-to-day life. I think the biggest problem in our world right now is everyone is looking for shortcut. People will click on the video, do these 9 things and you'll be productive. Do this in 2024 to make it the best year of your life. Do this and that. It's all very when the title and the thumbnails and even in the books, the way people like attract you is giving you some sort of like hope that, okay, this is a shortcut. If you just watch this video, no one can beat you. But if you sit and just try to like empty your mind and have some rational thought that, will that one video change my life? No, but you might learn something from it. So do not feel bad when you learn something from a video and don't apply it. I think I read it somewhere that we are unhappy not because of our current circumstances, but when we know we should have done certain things and we don't do it, then we are unhappy. And this is what I was talking about, the whole journey thing. Like, if you know you have to go to gym and you go to gym, you will be happy. If you know you have to, edit a video and you edit a video, you'll be happy. You'll feel happy at the end of the day that you did something towards something you want to achieve. And this is happiness, right? Now you might be thinking, okay, where should I go from here, right? So now I'm going to share what I have understood. And now this is for me personally, which has helped me. Now it might help certain number of people, not everyone. And this is what I was talking about, the whole comment thing. So if people watch this video and they find it relatable, and then they are finding things which, helps them. And if they share it in the comment section, it will help other people who have a different experience and a different lens to look through. And they might share different advice, which can be helpful to other people. So my base is all around understanding yourself, understanding your feelings, acknowledging yourself and acknowledging your feelings. And the first thing to understand is your thoughts make your reality. So whatever you think, right? Whatever you think will turn into reality if you take action on it. What kind of reality will it turn into? That is not up to us. We can predict a future, like we can daydream about certain things, but whatever is going to happen based on your thoughts and the action you will take. And when you take action on it, that might turn into any future, because you cannot predict the future. You might think something and something else can happen. But when you understand fully that you were thinking of something and you have done that thing, you will be happy. And focus on this. Do not worry about the result. Worry about your thoughts, what you think of doing, and do that. And as I've told you, the actual reality which will happen will depend on how different people, collide. Whatever you might be thinking, what other person is thinking, and whatever comes out is the result. But if you don't take action on your thought, that result will not be in your favor anyway. So first thing is to understand our thoughts and how we take actions on those thoughts. Second thing which I want to share is self-love is important. You need to prioritize yourself and your mental health. And you have to understand that you are living your own reality. You can never understand the pain of other person. You can never understand the happiness of other person. You can only understand your own pain and your own happiness. And acknowledging that pain or happiness or sadness is very important. And with the self-love and mental health comes reflection. You should try to understand what makes you sad, or what makes you happy, or what makes you angry. If you are in a certain situation where you get angry, I can give you very generic advice. Don't be in that situation. And you'll be like, what the fuck? I have to be in that situation. I work there. I do this. I do that. So then it comes to how we negotiate that certain aspect, right? I can't just expect you to not be angry when you go to a workplace. Because as I told you earlier, acknowledging our emotions are important. Understanding why we are angry is important. Is it because how our relationship is with a certain colleague? Why is that relationship that way? You can say, okay, they are a bad person. That person is horrible. That person is any way of things. Now, these things like how to navigate in the world comes from experience and learning. If you don't read books, I will recommend you start reading some sort of books. It can be anything from Atomic Habits to Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal, or The Diary of a CEO, or any book you might find interesting. And you might think, okay, at this point in my life, this book might help me. So you can go and start reading that book. If you are not up to reading, you can listen to audiobooks. If you're not up for that as well, you can go and watch some good YouTube videos. There's one channel which I will recommend is Healthy Gamer Gigi. That person has helped me a lot in a way that I understand things a bit better now. Obviously, when I look at things, I always try to look it through my lens and how it can help me. My brain tends to ignore things which doesn't apply to me, but it tries to take things in which can be applied to my situation in a certain way, not completely. So if that person is talking about, for example, ADHD, so I'm not sure if I have ADHD or not, but I will try to take that thing, okay, I do this. Okay, I exactly do this. Okay, what I can change from it. Okay, I don't do this, but okay, what if I do this kind of thing in a different situation? So for example, the person might be talking about how people are not consistent with exercise, just for example. So I can take that example like okay, how I'm not consistent in maybe let's say video recording or editing. And then there will be certain advice, okay, make a routine or make a habit. And then I can be like, okay, I can make a habit in this way. So this is what my brain tends to does. And it's a habit which you eventually get into. Again, I told you there's no shortcuts. There is literally no shortcuts. You have to do the work. And our human mind is designed to avoid the work. We don't want to do any work because that work is hard. Obviously, everything is hard at first, but when you make a habit out of it, it gets easier. And when you start seeing result, you'll be happy. So you won't focus on the bad sides because you're happy. You will be just like, okay, I have to go to gym because I'm going to have an amazing day, because you're just happy like over a certain time. I'm not saying after watching this video, you'll be just happy. So things take time. Like if you're looking for shortcut, like I'm so sorry, like there is no shortcut. There are some temporary shortcuts like drugs, alcohol, and sex, but that does not mean you're going to be happy after that. Those are some bad choices you can make. And if you continue down that path, you might not be able to come back to reality without professional help. And I'm not saying don't ever do it. You should be able to evaluate your own personal circumstances and understand what things are good for you in what amount and take action based on that. I personally believe humans should be capable of making smart decisions. We are social animals. We should understand things. We should understand the impact of our words on other people. We should understand what we are saying and how it might affect our situation or reality or relationship with other person. And again, I told you, like, there are books, there are videos which you can go to and look at and understand things from a different perspective. So you understand, okay, this is where the other person is coming from. And then the thing is, like, you might have some ego. Okay, you can be like, why should I say hi to this person? That person should come and say hi to me first. But if you're going to be stuck in that kind of egoistic place, then again, like, this video won't help you. Nothing else will help you. What you can do is go yourself, make first effort, second effort, maybe third effort. And then if you see, okay, that person is not interested, then it's not your fault. You can't do anything about it, right? That person, then you will understand where is that person in life if they don't see the efforts and that person makes you angry or sad at work. Should it matter? Like, you are doing well. If you're taking that steps, you should be happy. Like, you took the step, you did your part. There's nothing else you can do, like literally nothing. We are unhappy because of the things. Again, I'm going to repeat this. We are unhappy because of things we could have done, but we don't do it. And that's the whole reason we are unhappy. And obviously, when you do those things, we'll be happy and then we'll see results and then we'll be more happy and then we'll stay happy, right? If you get into a certain habit, it can be hard to get out of, but it's like replacing bad habits with good habits. And if you think New Year is coming up and you're gonna change your whole life and 2024 is going to be your year, don't think it that way. Like, that is a very bad way to think. Think it as a long, very long game, and every day matters. And there's also one good thing, that there's always a tomorrow. Now, I also follow Stoic, and one of the very big principle of Stoic is you can die at any point, which I kind of agree. But if you're happy, for example, if you're doing something and you are happy doing that and you have been just doing that for let's say a couple of years, and then you suddenly die. But like, will it matter? People will remember you, they will mourn for you and everything. But it won't matter, right? Like, you were happy in your whatever journey you have. It can be 50 years, it can be 100 years. And who knows, anti-aging might be developed in future and we might live for however many years we want. That can happen in future. Technology is advancing rapidly, and with this rapid advancement in technology, we are kind of forgetting our roots. We are forgetting that all of the things like money, which recently came, how our economy is run, is a very new phenomena compared to how people used to live in the past, let's say 300, 400, 500 years ago. And we are in a better place as a humanity. There are a lot of negative things in the world. And I'm 99% sure that there were loads of negative things in the world before as well. It was just that there was no medium for us to know. So we were not this triggered and we were not this angry with the world, like, okay, where the world is going to. It's just like everyone have a place to say, and then they just like say it, and then we interact with all those things, you know, all the negative comments and everything, and then we just kind of like stay in that mood, like, okay, what's going on in the world? There's no point to live. We're gonna die, whatever you might think. But at the same time, this is what I'm trying to change with this channel in a way, and hopefully by understanding the world in a different way, you might be able to take what is good for you. Don't take things literally. Take things which will help you as a person. If there's some advice which does not apply to you, forget about it. If there's something that does apply to you and you can learn something from it, just try to remember it in some part of your brain, and then, you know, try to make small little changes over time, and that will hopefully will lead you towards the happiness, happiness, which people, you know, talk about. For me, I'm not sure if I'm happy. I'm happy in terms of where I'm going. I'm happy that I'm making more efforts in terms of reading, in terms of making YouTube videos, which I love, in terms of sharing my knowledge with other people, which I have always loved and done since I was a child. It's not a very technical thing. It can be very small things, and I'm like, okay, I have something to share, and hopefully this is what this will turn out into. I'm sharing something, and hopefully people will be able to understand something from it and learn something from it. And if you have any recommendation for me, please write that in the comment section as well. If you have listened to me at this point, you have a good attention span, and I can understand that we can connect in a way, because you are also not chasing the algorithm, and you do understand that, okay, people have things to say and there are things which people can learn from it. So hopefully this will build a connection, and hopefully this will make you want to like the video, because if you like the video, YouTube might show it to enough people. YouTube is very good at recognizing audience patterns, and if you watch this video like till the end and you like the video, YouTube will see, okay, this person liked this video, so the algorithm might understand, okay, this video might be helpful for these amount of people, and then it will push it to them, and hopefully there will be other people like us who will watch this video till the end. And then if you think this video is helpful for someone, you can share it with a person on third-party, you know, apps like WhatsApp or iMessages, wherever you want to share. If you think this video is for them, then do that. And comment. That's the third thing, like comment, share what you have to say. You can talk about what I have talked about. You can completely talk about your take on happiness and what you have learned in life, or you can also talk about where you're struggling in life. So me or other people in the comment section will be able to give you some advice which you can take and then apply it and then help yourself. It's all about helping ourselves, understanding ourselves, you know, learning importance of self-love. And this is what I want this whole channel to be about. And hopefully this will lead to somewhere or someplace. Now that was all for the video, and hopefully you find that happiness somewhere which everyone has been looking for. Goodbye.